Welcome of all of you. Electrical and hybrid vehicle subject. Unit number 1. We have to start it from here. Introduction to electrical vehicle. First of all, we have to go for the history of electrical vehicle, and this is the part 1 for the history of electrical vehicle. The first electrical vehicle was built by Frenchmen uh, Guston and Rovi in 1881, and this was a tricycle powered by zero point 0.1 HP DC motor fed by lead acid batteries. The whole vehicle and its driver weight approximately 150-160 kgs. A vehicle is similar to this was built in 1883 by two British professors. This early realization did not attract the much attractions from the public because the technology was not mature enough to the compare with the horse carriage. This particular vehicle, the speed of the 15 kilometer per hour and the range is the 16 kilometers. 16 kilometer. This is a not existing for the potential customers at the time of the 18th centuries. After that, the first commercial vehicle is was by Morris and Salmon's the Electrobats vehicle. So vehicle name is the Electrobats, and this vehicle is operated as a taxi in New York by the company created for this investors. The Electrobat proven more profitable than the horse cab uh, for the higher purchase price comparative to the horse cab, and it could be a use for the three shift of the 4 hours with the 19 minutes of the rechargeable periods in betweens. It was powered by two 1.5 HP motor that's allowed to a maximum speed of the 32 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometer of RAM. And this particular vehicle is per day, four shifts are operating in four shifts for 4 hours. In between four shift, there will be a 19 minute of the recharging time. It will be a take from these vehicles. Additionally to among the first most significant electrical vehicle of that era was the first vehicle ever reached the 100 kilometers per hour. It was the large emission contents built by the Frenchman Camille Genatis. The picture of this vehicle you can shown in this screen. And after the gasoline automobiles become the more powerful or more flexibles are come from these above engines, and a really handle for the electricals vehicle start to the disappearance. In 1947, three researchers at Bell Laboratory invented the device that meant by revolutions of the world of electronics and electricity is called the device called is the transistor. The quickly replaced by vacuum tubes for signals of electronics soon by the transistor was invented, in which allowed to switching the high current at high voltage. The transistor it's allowed to switching of the high current and high voltage. It made possible to regulate power feed and the electrical motor without a very insufficient rheostat for the resistance, and allowed the running of the AC motor at variable frequencies. In 1966, General Motors built the Electro One. You have to see in your screen Electro Ones, in which was the populated by induction motor that were fed by the inverters built with the thyristors. The most significant EV of this era was the lunar roving vehicles, which the Apollo astronauts used in moon. You have to also then this shown is this picture in your screen. The vehicle itself weight is 209 kilometer, and the loading capacity of this vehicle is the 490 kilometers, 90 kg, sorry. And the range of this vehicle is the 65 kilometers. You have to see also this picture. And the modern era of the EV accumulated during the 1980s and earliest of the 1990s with the release of the few realistic vehicle by firms such as General Motors with the EV1. The vehicle model is the EV1 and Portuguese scientists anonymous PSA with the 106 electrical. So both models you have to pictures on in the uh, screen. The electrical motor is invented in 1831. After the British electrical tricycle is the 1873 that will be a started. After the era of the 1915, the internal combustion engine start to the prevental of this electrical vehicle. And the more significant application are rises for the internal combustion engine in terms of the gasoline. They will be rising. In 1973 to 1997, the coil crisis and reported the investor for the electrical vehicle and the first rechargeables vehicle are invented in 1990 to 2000 era. The standard of the gasoline for the CO2 emissions, it will be a uh, come to the picture, and after that the electrical vehicle is pick up this crisis, pick up the runaway from to CO2 emissions crisis. This is the current scenario of our electrical vehicles. So from the starting of the 1991, because the 19 to 2000 era, there will be a CO2 emissions are via CO2 emission standards are where they come to the pictures. This is our current scenario for the electrical vehicle. And the electrical vehicle in future timelines you have to give for the 2017 to the next 7 to 8 years for the electrical vehicle up to 2030. There is the Aston Martin plans to 25% of the sales to be the electrical vehicles, and the Honda Motors they will the plan to two-thirds of the cell to be the electrified for the motors. There will be a major timelines for the electrical vehicles. Uh, and thank you for watching these videos. This is the first part of the electrical vehicle history. We have to go for the next part of the introductions and types of the electrical vehicles. Thank you for watching.